SVG's Jason Dackman. I'm here in Chicago with Nick Steger of Marquee Sports Network. Nick, thanks so much for taking the time.
Appreciate you having me.
So since Marquee Sports Network launched, you guys have had quite a journey. Certainly, the Cubs have gone through a lot of iterations. There's been a lot that has happened to the team, and now we're starting to see the other side. But from a Marquee perspective, what's that journey been like from a production and operations?
I'll kind of work backwards. So
Yeah.
This season now with the team playing well, it's an exciting time for us to kind of showcase our D2C app, give exclusive coverage to a fan that wants to subscribe, and just a way to kind of highlight everything that Wrigley brings to offer. We know they play a lot of day games. We know people are at work, so we want to provide a second screen option while people are working to give them some fun, exciting, entertaining products. So, for instance, we have 4 ways to watch every home game on our app. So how that works is you get your traditional broadcast, Boog, JD, Taylor, Elise, all normal fun stuff. Then you get a Spanish version, so that helps bring in a different audience. And then we have our NatCast is what we call it, which is a natural sound director's cut of the game. Makes you feel like you're at Wrigley. So back to the person and the employee working in the office, you want to hear Wrigley sounds. You get to hear the PA announcer. You get to feel like you're in the game.
Love it.
But you still see the traditional cuts, so you're not missing the action. And then we have our low home PTZ camera, which is a locked off camera behind home plate, which is a front row version. So with that, you get to see up close and personal what it's like to sit not only front row, but unobstructed. You see umpires, shortstop, outfielders positioning, the big video boards. So it's fun for the kids too, where you get to see the fun things in between innings that the Cubs do on the Jumbotron. But then you also, it's a plate. You get to see the exciting things moving around. And you also get to see the velocity and speed of the game to kind of understand how hard hitting really is.
Yep.
So that's been really successful for us.
It's very cool. But again, that's with the team playing extremely well. It's a nice product to have, but you guys had some lean years,
Sure.
and you decided to go about growing some of these personalities, identifying some of these players that are up and coming that now have come to fruition, right? Tell us a little bit about
So we created Road to Wrigley, which was a prospect-driven show, whip around all 4 minor league entities. Basically, we had the blueprint because we helped launch MLB Network. It was Mike Santini and me and Mike McCarthy and Malik and Delay had all been in that business before, so we knew logistically how to do it. We just needed the passionate on-air talent, which we have and are lucky to have. Elise Menaker, Lance Rozdowski, and Jim Callis, who all had followings and were passionate about prospects. And then on top of that, we've added Alex Cohen now this year, who was the AAA broadcaster for Iowa. So not only did he know the backbone of all the players coming up, but he had relationships with all these guys too. So now the Pete Crow Armstrongs, the Matt Shaws, the Ben Browns, all those guys Cade Horton who have come up and made their big league debut, fans already knew about them because of our show. And they already had a relationship with us, which helped on the access side. Kind of what we talked about before on stage was those relationship building that starts when they first get drafted or first come up. When they're in the big leagues, it's not new when they see Marquee now. In the beginning, that was the harder part, was getting the old regime of Cub players to even know what Marquee was or understand it.
Totally.
So that's been a real success for us.
Absolutely. And you talked about Wrigley. It's a special place, certainly, and it's a star, no matter what's happening with the Cubs that season. In terms of drones, in terms of you guys have a Megalodon, in terms of the PTZ low home that you mentioned, you guys really try to maximize that ability to feel like you're at Wrigley, right?
We try to bring every angle of Wrigley to the fan. Drones have been a real success because they play night games too, so we get the best of both worlds. Now, we've done it for a couple of years now, and every time you have the drone, it's beautiful. You see the skyline, you see water, you see the neighborhood. It just feels magical, basically. But basically, because of the last 2 years, we've had a file built up of of a library of. We have night, day, rain, cloudy, sunset, every type of version. So in a way, we have the drone almost every game, even though it's not live. It feels like it because we have such a file built up now at this point. It's just getting over. The next step would be when the league kind of opens up and letting the camera get a little closer to the player, which I think is on the way. It's just a safety concern, of course. Once we get to that point where you're seeing even if it's pregame warmups and then at the end on like a walk-off or game-ending situation, getting that camera in there is just going to be basically like a souped-up wire cam, and I think that's going to take the sport to another level. But we're grateful to have Wrigley in our back pocket as the crown jewel, basically.
No question. Well, Nick, it's great to see the Cubs in the mix again, and I'm sure you guys are enjoying a great season. Thanks so much for taking the time. Really appreciate it.
Thanks, guys.
For more news on Marquee Sports Network and the Cubs, check out sportsvideo.org, SVG Play, and the SVG YouTube channel.